Hello, it's Jamie J, and I am the CEO and founder of Bottleneck Distant Assistance. This is Live with Bottleneck, and we're pretty excited. Let me see. I've got to resync this with us real fast. We're going to go ahead and get started here. And yeah, let's go ahead and get going. So let me do this intro. We'll be back in about 38 seconds. Well, hello there. My name is Jamie J, CEO and founder of Bottleneck Distant Assistance. This is Live with Bottleneck, and we're live. We're live here. Super excited to have James Elliot on today. We are going to be talking about Unleash Your Potential. James is the founder and head trainer of Unleash Your Power Coaching and Training. And why, oh, why do we have James here to help you stop the bottleneck in your business? Well, let me tell you. James helps people stand out, speak up, be seen and heard, command attention, and be highly persuasive and influential. He ensures the success of leaders, entrepreneurs, mentors, and coaches. He empowers these amazing people to achieve their goals, desires, purpose, and make an impact. He loves to teach leaders the tools of effective motivation, power communication, fast trust, charisma, and instant rapport to have the impact and outcome they want for themselves, their teams, and their clients. So without any further ado, please allow me to introduce you to Mr. James Elliot. How are you, sir?
Hello. I'm awesome. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. And I want to say really fast, thank you so much for sending me a copy of your book, Unleash Your Power. And you even scribed on the inside there and just said all the best for your future endeavors into a bright new year. I really appreciate this. We talked a little bit in the green room about me reviewing your book and wanted to kind of jump into that a little bit more. But before we do, I wonder if maybe you can share a little bit about who you are, what you do, and one thing, anybody that's tuning in live, you want to ask a question of James or simply make a comment, please do so. I know a lot of you, it's kind of challenging and a little bit scary to do something like that. Or just leave a comment in the comment section and I'll make sure to forward those questions or suggestions or comments off to James. So with that being said, it's all you, James.
Perfect. So thank you, Jamie. Awesome to be here. Glad to be here. So my name is James Robert Elliot, and think of me as a human performance expert, a leadership expert, and motivation expert. So I really help people motivate and inspire themselves so they can lead, motivate, and inspire others. I'm big on helping people make an impact in this world, make the world a better place and leave the world a better place than you found it, however you're doing that. And really making sure, like Jamie says, I love it, removing the bottleneck that prevents you from doing that, from being who you want to be, creating the job or business that you really want to have, and just launching and doing what you love, making an impact, making a difference, something that fulfills you, fuels you, and plus gives you the time flexibility, money flexibility, and the freedom to live the life, the purposeful life you want. A lot of fun, a lot of training, a lot of courses. Again, my book as well, a lot of speaking as well. It's a lot of fun, actually. It's a lot of fun to help people and to help them, really get through the bottleneck. You said it best.
I love this. I love it. Yeah. So the key thing I'm picking up is having a lot of fun. So you and I have some similarities in a challenging upbringing, a little bit different in the experiences that we've had, but nonetheless, good life lessons. And it speaks volumes to me about your character, with how humble you are, how nice you are, and you can be successful in this world without backstabbing and cutting your way to the top. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm wondering too, if you might be able to kind of touch base a little bit on that with respect to some of the challenge you had to overcome as a younger person.
Yeah, and it's interesting you mentioned, again, getting to the top without stepping on people. It's like bringing everyone with you and empowering others, you're going to by default empower yourself, and people will support you, because the people that do step on others to get up there to the top, they don't last very long. They're hated, something inevitably blows up, or everyone's out to get them. So they, their success doesn't last long, even if they rise to the top. So I was in a place where I was bullied, beaten up a lot in my younger years. In public school, I was a skinny kid. And then so I put on a lot of weight, and I began working out, put on a lot of weight, a lot of size on, but also fat. So then, thinking, if I'm bigger, people won't make fun of me and tease me. And the physical attacks did lessen, but it gave something else for them to make fun of me about, which was my weight. So that was less than fantastic. And so over the years, realizing that it was a lot of mindset stuff, because I lost a lot of weight and got a lot leaner. I had lost 60 pounds and became a lot leaner. But it was interesting. People stopped bullying me. It was fascinating. And I was thinner and leaner and smaller. I wasn't this massive thing. But people, because of the mindset shift, people stopped bullying me, teasing me, making fun of me, because it's a different vibe, a different mindset. You walk differently. Instead of, walking bent over like this, you're walking tall, walking powerfully, walking confidently. And that vibe, if you will, or that energy goes out. If I'm a lover, not a fighter, and I do have boundaries. I will defend myself. I'm a great person. I'm a powerful person. I'm a loving person. So yeah, and there you go. Be unstoppable. I help people be unstoppable. And it's an amazing thing. I've come from a place where, again, picked on for just about anything, problems with my health as well. And being teased and picked on, where now I'm a leader, and I help work with and empower other leaders. And it's interesting. You ask people in a room, including a room of leaders, you say, everyone put up your hand if you think you're a leader. And you'll be surprised how few hands go up. And this could be in rooms of managers. Like, do you feel like a leader? And rooms of managers, CEOs, directors, business owners, business leaders, whatever. And very few hands go up. And being a leader is just really inspiring others, helping others. Even leading, if you're only leading yourself at first, that true leadership is leading yourself at first. Because any boss or manager can tell someone what to do. You can say, do this, don't do this, don't do that, or I'll fire you. Anyone can be boss and boss people around, tell them what to do. But to truly inspire people and lead them through their words, through their actions alone, and like you said, by being a very charismatic and kind person, it takes a special person. We can all do it. But it takes a special person to be able to do that effectively. And that's one of the things I love working with. And that's where my business has become, helping people become leaders, even if they're only leading themselves at first, get past the blocks that they've gone through, learn how to command attention, learn how to stand out, be powerful, persuasive, influential, and be heard and valued, and help them go from, maybe if it's something they're doing that they don't love, a job or career they don't love, going into something that they do love, maybe even starting their own business that they would love, to have that time freedom, that money freedom, that energy freedom. So that's what I do. I train and teach. Love, give the person a fish love teaching a person how to fish versus only giving them a fish for a day. All right. I want to teach people these tools for life. And that's really what I do.
Yeah, that's fantastic. My wife and I, every Friday morning, we have a special version of Live with Bottleneck, and we call it a week in review. And then we title each one a little bit differently so that we can kind of explore an underlying tone for what we're talking about that week. So we give people an opportunity to look into our business, into our personal lives, and kind of let them know this is what we did this week. These were some of the challenges we had, and then we kind of go on to say, this is how we're overcoming those, and this is what we're looking to do next week. And we offer ourselves our own accountability. And 2 weeks ago, we had one that we titled Keeping Up with the Joneses. And I noticed that was part in your book here that I read, was Keeping Up with the Joneses. And so many of us are motivated by social impact, meaning what society deems as correct or the right thing to do, or status is this or that. And so many of us look to others, and perhaps we look at others and like you said in your book, it's, how good you look, what do you have, what your personality is, who your friends are, things like that. And people try to keep up with the Joneses. The only problem is, as soon as you buy that latest, greatest materialistic thing, especially electronics,
Yeah.
a week later, there's something else out, right? So I wonder if maybe you could touch base a little bit on keeping up with the Joneses and how you might integrate that into your coaching.
So that's a great question, because it's so rampant. Especially, I find often in the bigger cities, it's very rampant too. It's like, because religion or culture or society or your parents or grandparents or your community or your city, says this, or this is the way to act or be or dress or walk or talk, or people to hang out with, right? And I've talked to so many people who are just so bothered internally. They're depressed, even though they're trying to show a shiny exterior. They have the car, they have the job, they have the whatever, but again, they're depressed or they're not fulfilled. I've worked with a lot of successful people. I've worked with a lot of people who have a lot of money. I've also worked with a lot of people who are on welfare. And it goes to show that if there's a will, there's a way. Like I've worked with people who are single moms, people on welfare, people with mental disability. It's been amazing. I've worked with doctors and psychiatrists, psychologists, psychotherapists. I've worked with a lot of course, business people and entrepreneurs, corporate leaders, and I've worked with really cool millionaires, and there's some really happy millionaires and some really sad, depressed millionaires as well. Because again, to your point of what they're going after, and does it align with them? Is it really aligned with me? Do I care? Am I mattering? Am I making a difference? Is it making me happy? Versus, oh wow, okay, I can look good for the parents, or for our culture says you need to do this, or our society says this, and you gotta dress like this, walk like this, act like this, talk like this. It's very rampant, and it breaks my heart because there's so many people doing what they should do or what they have to do, or by being a good boy or a good girl or a good, insert blank here, or whatever the member of the group that they are. Breaks my heart because so many people are unhappy and they think they can't shift, they can't change, or they have to do it this way because otherwise, they'll be shunned or looked at or whatever. So it really breaks my heart because you can do anything you want and do whatever makes you happy, because looking back, let's say you're on your deathbed and looking back at your life, would you rather look back and say, I did everything I wanted to, I'm so happy, I said, screw it, I did what I want? Or would you want to look back and say, oh my God, I lived my entire life for someone else or for something else? And what a life to live, and I was too. I got a good corporate job years ago, per parents in society, and got a good paycheck, and you make way more as an entrepreneur anyways, but because you don't have to give all the way as taxes. But I'm half kidding. But it is interesting though that, I got a good job and I got a good stable job as my parents and grandparents would say. But really the only stable job now is the one that you love, because you're going to give your best, and maybe even the one you create for yourself. So did I answer your question? I know it might have been a part B to the question, but did I answer that right? It's
yeah. Well, I think there's no really right answer. It's basically your perspective. And that's what I was kind of searching for there. There was a lady, her name was Bonnie Ware, I believe, and she was worked in palliative care, and she talked to all these older people that were getting ready to pass. And have you heard of that book?
I have, yeah.
The top 5 regrets of the dying, and it kind of when you said that, it kind of brought that back, because she found out the number one thing was they had all these regrets sitting there, like, I wish I would have gone after that job, or I wish I would have done that, or I wish I would have, it was a lot of I wish and regrets. And quite frankly, when it's my turn to visit the palliative care team, I want to be super excited and say, definitely, I don't want to die, but that time is going to come. And am I going to be living a life that is fulfilling and something that I'm taking a chance? And one of the biggest things right now that I observe in people is whether or not to pull triggers on certain things because it's a little risky, or because it's this, which happens. Risk is definitely more associated with the entrepreneurial spirit. And you and I, coming from a corporate background, understand a little bit of that mentality where if you have a job like that, you've got the stability and things like that. Whereas if you go out on your own, it's a whole different world now. And I am I'm blessed with everything that's happened in my life, including my failed marriages, plural, my homelessness and things like that have happened in my life. But I would not be the person I am today without being able to have said, I've experienced these things with a deeper appreciation for where I'm at now. So when you talk to people that maybe are having challenges moving forward, what are some of the things that you either ask of them or maybe convey to them that might be able to challenge their current thought process? Because if I'm comfortable, I'm not in a good place. If I'm uncomfortable, I'm moving forward.
Exactly. It's growth, right? Their comfort is the death of growth. And so many people, let's say even people I talk to, people that call me to work with me, they can't until blank. And again, it's a comfort thing. And the way to get past hesitating because of fear is to do something that makes uncomfortable. I say to people, this is about you. It's not about me. Do something that makes you uncomfortable. Because often people, they come to me, their problem is that they're too comfortable. They don't like doing things that are uncomfortable, and they know that's what's going to make them successful. Excuse me, I'm just going to drink of water. So yeah, the comfort zone is literally the death of growth. So I tell people, do something every day that challenges you a bit, that makes you a bit uncomfortable, whatever it is, even something little, something small. I remember years ago, I was stretching one day in the hallway of my condo, and I was out to go for a run. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I forgot to stretch. So I was stretching literally in the hallway of the condo by the elevators. And I thought for a second, wait a minute, am I going to look like a dummy? Or people going to think I'm weird? And should I stop stretching? And then I thought, wait a minute, who freaking cares? So I just resumed stretching right in the middle of the hallway, not blocking, but right in the middle of the hallway. I'm just doing stretches on the side, and people, that's the problem. People think, oh, everyone's going to judge me and think about me and this and that. People didn't even look at me. I was so afraid that they would judge me for stretching the hallway. No one even took a second look at me. I think that's the biggest thing too. We're so worried about, oh, I got to have this and that, or do this and that, or be this and that. Or people are going to think this or say this or say that. And half the people times, they don't care anyways. I had a friend who used to pull a cell phone out, a brand new phone, and put it down in the middle of the table every time at dinner. I'm like, will you stop it? But the point or he'd pull out, like a friend with a Mercedes, he'd put his keys down in the middle of the table at dinner to show he had a cool Mercedes. And no one paid attention. I'm like, dude, nobody cares. No one. That's the thing. We think we have to keep up with the Joneses because we should or could, or this will make me cool, or this will make me likable, or this will attract this person or this woman or man or business or people to me. Half the time, people don't even care. Right? Yeah. It's about character. We think we have to do things because someone else has this, so I better have it too. Really, though, what lasts, most importantly, what lasts is your character, is your personality. Aiming to help others. Again, I think Zig Ziglar, I believe he said, you get what you want by helping others get what they want. So help others in the world somehow, in some way, anyway, and you'll get what you want as well. And to your point that half the time people don't even care. They're not even looking at us. They're so wrapped up in their own world, oh my God, what do people think of me, that they don't see the new shoes or the new purse or the new car or the new watch. They're either don't care, or they're so wrapped up in their own stuff, worrying about them, they don't even look at you. So we're doing all this stuff almost to please people when really no one's watching, right? And my thing to people is, I say to people, you're always going to have haters. In the world, you always will have haters, especially when you stand for something and you speak for something, you speak out. You'll always have haters, so embrace that. It means you stood for something. It means your message was out there. It means someone heard you in the world versus hiding or being like a lukewarm person that doesn't rock the boat, never pisses anyone off, heaven forbid, and never, never stands up for themselves or cause boundaries or anything, never rocks the boat, I guess, essentially. You're not going to get what you want. You're not going to be happy, right? So be someone that makes a difference in the world. I swear, I promise you, it'll fulfill you. And
it will definitely fulfill you. Yeah, go ahead.
And it's that thing. It's that, I have to do this, because you're right. So many people, again, there's a lot of people I know with a lot of money that I've met and coached, and there's a lot of happy, rich people and successful people, and there's a lot of depressed, rich and successful people as well. So avoid being a statistic. I think there's a statistic that like 96 and 97% of people in the world don't actually achieve really what they want in life, which is saddening. It's like, again, do something that makes you uncomfortable every day. Do something that scares you every day, little or big. The more it scares you, the more uncomfortable it is, the bigger the breakthrough, the instant breakthrough you're going to have. Even small things daily that to do something, anything that makes you uncomfortable will have a huge difference. And it's like working out. You'll have your muscles, so to speak, of discomfort will be well developed. That way, if you need to do something that's very important, like let's say, I don't know, starting a business or getting married or getting divorced or I don't know, getting in a partnership with someone or whatever it is, it'll be way easier for you, and you'll just go and do it, and you'll be happy, you'll be successful, you'll be fulfilled. So build that muscle of discomfort and fear. Do something that scares you every single day. Plus, there's nothing really to fear anyways. Our amygdala and our brain stem way back here, very, very, very overdeveloped because, of course, for years it saved our lives, it protected us. Most things in the world would kill us. Now in the year 20,
flight.
Like saber-tooth tiger or bear or whatever. Right now in 2021, most things will not kill us, other than stress, perhaps. So it's like that bear or that saber-tooth tiger or that lion is not going to come get us. We're fearing really nothing. We're fearing, and we're making up these worst-case scenarios in our brain that probably won't happen anyways. And we're paying attention to that because our brain stem or our amygdala is very, very good at that fight and flight, because our prefrontal cortex here, which says reasoning, and says, oh, well, starting a business or walking up and talking to this man or woman, that won't hurt me if they reject me, or this sales call, or asking this person out, or asking for a job, or asking for a raise. That, your prefrontal cortex says, oh, that's easy and I deserve it, and that's not going to hurt me. However, the amygdala, very, very overdeveloped, thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of years, it says, no, that's dangerous. That's not safe. So again, you have to really detrain this and train your prefrontal cortex to say, no, there's no big deal. I'm going to go do this. So a little bit of fear, a little bit of scariness, do something that makes you feel uncomfortable every single day. I promise you your life will change in a year, let alone 10 years.
I love that, James. I think the cool part about that is when you empower others, not only on your own team, but when you go to talk to somebody, people are thinking sales, I got to sell this, I got to sell. That's the wrong mindset, in my opinion, because you have to empower others and help them along the lines, just like you said there. Empowering others is the feeling is amazing, because empowerment breeds empowerment. And if you can live a life like that, we here have what we call the ripple effect. We love the ripple effect. And basically what that means is there's 4 dimensions of the ripple effect, the positive ripple effect. You have to take care of your own backyard first, meaning take care of your mind, your body, your health, all of that stuff, but also take care of your own backyard. Do positive things in your local area. Then go to regionally, start branching out a little bit. Then go nationally, start branching out more, ultimately going globally. And so the long story longer on our ripple effect is that we want everybody within the organization to embrace this positive ripple effect. And if I open a door for somebody, it's going to make them have a great day, and maybe they'll open a door for someone else. But if you think of it in terms of a business, if we help a business achieve a certain objective, they're going to be in a much better place to help their clients. And earlier you said, people say, we don't believe in goals. We believe in daily objectives. And as far as setting things down the road, if we continue to challenge ourselves and feel uncomfortable on a daily basis by living out our mission, our daily objectives, it's much easier. And that prevents us from being comfortable while we go off to this area of attaining a goal. And then after you attain that goal, then what? Like, what are you going to do next, right? So that's why we have the daily objectives.
There's a saying I like, and goals are just milestones on the path to your purpose. Your purpose, your real purpose of being here. Goals just milestones. And you're right. I think that daily objectives is key as well. It's like, because people go by, oh, I'm not close to my goal, or oh, I didn't do this or do that. But you're right. Did you get done at least one thing, maybe 2 or 3 things today that'll get you closer to your goal and your objective and your purpose? Then great. It was a great day. You had a good day. Celebrate that achievement. Because a lot of people are thinking, oh, I didn't get anything done, we'll die with to-do lists, right? People will die with to-do lists. We'll never get everything done in our to-do list. So I like that. I like that you say that. Just have objectives. Get these things done. Get these, 1 to 3 core things, important things done. And imagine what's going to happen after a week, and then a month, and then a year, and 10 years. How much you'll get done, even if it's only 1 to 2 to 3 important things each day. The unfortunate thing is most people are getting all the little unimportant things done all day. Then they run out of time for the really important things because they're, for whatever reason, avoiding the big things, probably because they're a little more uncomfortable, a little scarier as well. So
yeah, and that's part of our provocative point of view is stop doing the wrong things so you can focus on doing your best work.
Exactly. And that's why people should hire you, because that way all the little things are done by someone else, and they do what they love, be what makes them the most money, see what they're an expert at, what fulfills them, instead of all the minutia of all the stuff that you have to do on a daily basis. Get someone else to do it. One of my mentors, Dan Sullivan, says, find your who, not your how. So pick, 2, 3, 4 things tops that you love, you're an expert at, fulfill you, and make you a lot of money. And just that fulfill you. You'll love doing them all day long, and hire out the rest, outsource the rest, because you're not an expert at, I don't know, let's say bookkeeping or marketing or accounting or, Facebook ads, for example. I don't want to do them myself. I'm not an expert. I probably could learn, but why? I don't enjoy doing it. I'm not an expert. I probably do it half-assed anyways because I'm not an expert, and I don't want to do it. I'd rather coach people. I'd rather speak. I'd rather teach, and that's what lights me up. So Dan Sullivan, his book, Who Not How, is so important. Find your who. Find someone to do it, and buy back your time, because so many people are so busy in life, and sometimes busy being busy. They're so busy they can't enjoy life. And it's like, well, what are we here for anyways? I'm all about having fun and enjoying life. I like traveling. I like vacations. I like spending time with family and friends. I like being active and venturing. And it's so important to buy back our time, because again, I can't believe it's 2021 already. It's February already. You're like 1 month of the year is gone, and time just flies. So and I'm a big, free time guy, time abundance kind of guy. And I think we got to think differently. Really, people, we need to change our thinking and think about our thinking instead of that hamster wheel or the treadmill. Okay, I gotta work. I have to work, and I have to go to work, and I have to do a good job. Then I have to eat, then have to go to the gym, then I got to watch TV and then go to bed. And we're not really thinking about our thinking and being like, is this who I want to be? Am I really doing what I want? Or am I just on a hamster wheel making money just to pay off the bills for the toys that I may or may not need, or that extra big house I may or may not need? I'd rather travel or rather do something fulfilling. So it is interesting that pattern and habits we get into. And that's what I teach people, is to think about your thinking. Are you doing what you really want? Are you thinking what you really want to think? Those negative voices, the gremlin on your back, or the devil on your shoulder, or the monkey on your back, all those things that he or she is saying to you, is that really what you want to think? And I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to be this for someone else. Again, is that really what you want? Or do you want to live for yourself and do what you want to do for you? And then that will fulfill you.
So we're coming up towards the end of this, but I wonder if two things. I want to learn how we can learn more about you, where we go, and all that stuff. But maybe you can first start off with a short kind of like, this is a good way for you to begin this journey. If you're here not really knowing, what can I do to kind of get here, not here, but here, to kind of get going and putting the ball in motion in the correct manner?
That's a really great step. Really good question, rather. So I was actually helping someone with this last week. So the big vision is write down who you want to be. Who is that man or woman you've always wanted to be? Who is that person? What are they doing? How are they acting? How are they behaving? How are they thinking? And also, how are they not thinking? How are they not acting? How are they not behaving? And so you have this picture of who you want to be. Most people, again, there's statistics, most people don't have goals. Fewer still even write them down. So this is a way to even find your goals. Who do I want to be? What do I want to have? Who do I want to be? How do I want to think? How do I want to behave and act? It's a great, great way, because a lot of people, well, who is the man or woman I've always wanted to be? And they often don't know when I ask them. So that's a great way. And then when you've written all this down, and you can write, there's no wrong answer, is right as long as you want. And then think to yourself, okay, what's the first step? What's the first step on this? And for a lot of people, it is hiring some sort of mentor, coach, trainer to start that ball rolling, to start that shift, to help you figure things out and find it how to do it. Because we know what to do. We know what we want to do or what we want to achieve, but the how is the complex part. So again, often it starts the ball rolling with talking to someone, talking to a friend, someone you respect, someone you trust, an expert, a leader, a mentor or coach. Again, are great resources. My team and I love to chat with people and talk and see if we're a fit and kind of where you want to go in your life. So that's the big thing too, is to really be careful with that one and think, who do I want to be? Who is the man or woman I've always wanted to be? What do I want to be? What do I want to have? What do I want to achieve? It's such a powerful, and then what is the first 1 or 2 or 3 things that I need to do? little stuff. What are the first 1 or 2, 3 things I need to do to get there?
I love that. So how do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can do website search. If you go to unleashyourpower.com, there you go. It is right there, unleashyourpower.com. James at unleashyourpower.com. And again, we love talking to our customers by phone too. It's 905-717-9481 as well. And we'd love to talk to you. Love to chat. I have a YouTube blog as well. Just search for James R. Elliot, Unleash Your Power as well. Again, check out my book as well on Amazon, Unleash Your Power. Email me if you'd like a signed autograph book as well. Happy to send that. And the audiobook is coming out shortly as well. And I guess the last thing I want to leave people with too really is the following. We are so focused on, I almost lost my train of thought. We are so focused on and worried about what are people to think about me, and that's why we're worried. We're making it all about us, whether you're selling or enrolling, as I call. I don't sell anyone. I say, what do you want and where do you want to go? Where are you now? How much does it suck? And where do you want to go? How awesome would that be? Okay, well, this is how I can get you there with these different tools and trainings. Would you like to come? Would you like to have that? This is how to get you there. Would you like that thing? I am the how. If you'd like that, we'd love to serve. So many people, again, whether you're speaking, people are scared to death of, for example, public speaking. It's because they're making it all about them, not other people. Make it all about other people. If you're scared or worried or scared to speak or present or talk, it's because you're making you're making it all about you. So instead, make it all about them. How can I give them my best? What do they need? How can I serve them best? What do they need to be successful, to be empowered? What do I need to do to communicate that to them? What do I need to get them to where they want to be? Versus, oh, I hope they like me and I hope this talk is good. I hope my PowerPoint works and hope they think I'm cool. Then I hope they like me and hope they pay attention, don't fall asleep. And oh my God, do I look good? Do I sound professional? Oh, do they like me or not? No wonder we're in our heads and we're just stewing, and then we inevitably screw it up because we're so in our heads and stewing. We screw things up. Versus, how can I give them my best? What do they need? How do I make this about them? And what do they need literally in any given moment too? If you see them falling asleep, maybe it's more energy, maybe it's more tools, maybe, speak louder and perk them up. So how can I help them? How can I make it about them? That will help you. If you ever get nervous, if you're selling, presenting, talking, speaking, podcast, you name
it. Just living, right? Doing.
Yeah, living. How exactly? Make it about other people. Like I promise you, you're going to attract some amazing people, amazing friends, people that love you. You will have a massive fan base. If all you think about is how can I help this person? Maybe it's just sending them, earlier today, I sent one of my customers a couple of quick emails. Hey, here's something on anxiety. Here's something on health, because he was interested in both. It's easy as that. Something so simple. Hey, here's a thing. Or hey, here's a meme I thought you'd like because you're interested in blank. Or hey, here's a book I thought you'd like. It was recommended to me. Or hey, here's an article about, I don't know, business management because I know you're interested in that. Or just any way to help them, even if it's someone to talk to. Hey, you seem like you're having a bad day. Do you want to talk? Trust me, it'll come back to you hundreds and hundreds of time over. You aim to help other people. And as a famous quote goes, I believe it's Zig Ziglar, you get what you want by helping others get what they want, instead of focusing all on yourself and worried about keeping up with the friggin' Joneses. And focus on others, and you'll get what you want to, and you'll be way happier and way more fulfilled. I promise you that.
That's all it is, man. Just being happy and enjoying the journey.
Right, exactly. Versus, I got to get the car. Most of the enjoyment's what leads up to the car. You have the car, it's almost a celebration or a reflection of your success, but the enjoyment is the journey. It's not driving that. Yeah, the sports cars are fun. I love cars. And sure, for a day or two, it'll be a novelty, or a week or two, it'll be a new novelty. But after that, to your point, life goes back to normal. If you're happy, you'll stay happy. If you're depressed, you'll stay depressed. Whether you have a fancy car or a fancy, purse or shoes or house or watch or whatever it is, right?
Well, thank you, James, so much. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we quickly wrap?
Other than, make it about others, do something every day that you fear or that makes you uncomfortable. Have accountability. Have people that hold you accountable, because inevitably we'll get in our heads or fear will rule its ugly head. Have an accountability buddy that will hold you accountable. Not, oh, yeah, okay, you didn't do it this week. That's okay. No, find an accountability buddy, a mentor, partner, whatever. That's why if people, want to do something, they agree to do it, they don't do it, you're taking a 5-minute cold shower. It's we love you and we want your success. I don't want to hear excuses. I want to hear, yes, I did it and I'm rocking it. And that's what makes us happy and excited. So definitely humans often will do more for others than will do for themselves, and accountability is key, right? We can say, oh yeah, I want to do this, or I will do this, but then when? By when? What are you going to have done specifically, and by when? Have some great accountability partners who will call you on it, because that's key. Otherwise, we'll get away with it and procrastinate and not start this thing we want to start forever. And, again, you don't want to be looking back on your deathbed. Wow, I wish I did that. Because like that nurse, it wasn't people saying, oh, I wish I hadn't tried that and failed. I wish I hadn't taken that risk and it didn't work out. No, it was like, wow, I wish I'd taken the risk and seen what had happened, who I could have become. So take risks, guys. Take risks.
I love it.
No reward.
I love it. Thank you, James. I really appreciate it. Can you hold on one quick second while I go ahead and wrap up, and then I'll be right there.
My pleasure.
I wanted to say a special thank you to James for, number one, writing this book, Unleash Your Power, Stand Out, Take Action, and Create the Success You Want by James Elliot. James R. Elliot. Highly encourage you to go check this out. You can go to his website, unleashyourpower.com, and he has his book there. You can also follow him on Facebook and LinkedIn. You can send him an email, james@unleashyourpower.com, and say, hey, James is the founder and head trainer of Unleash Your Power, or Unleash Your Potential, for Unleash Your Power Coaching and Training. So highly encourage you to go check it out and just have fun with your life. Challenge yourself and have fun challenging yourself. I think it's a lot of fun. A couple quick updates I want to share with you. We have officially launched Live with Bottleneck TV. We're calling it BTV. So what you'll be able to do is go to YouTube and subscribe. You'll get to see all of our conversations that we're having with people just like James that are helping you stop the bottleneck in your business today. So that's a lot of fun. And then upcoming, we're going to be talking with Vinny Fisher, the CEO of Fully Accountable, working from home, remote, and hybrid. So that should be a pretty fun conversation. And again, this happens every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Time. You can check out our special edition of Live with Bottleneck, a week in review with myself and my beautiful bride, Sarah, as we talk about the different things that we have going on here at Bottleneck. And maybe you can learn from some of our mistakes, or maybe you can suggest some opportunities for us to grow as well. So thank you again for tuning in. Again, I've been speaking with James Elliot, founder and head trainer of Unleash Your Power Coaching and Training. And go check him out at unleashyourpower.com. Without any further ado, we'll go ahead and wrap for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you again soon.